Welcome to the journey of CyberLogic, a guide through Final Fantasy XI. Episode 1, The Journey Begins. Now this series is going to cover the travels of CyberLogic as he progresses through the world of Vana'diel. It will show new players how to get to endgame content using the game's current systems. I also went ahead and started this on a completely different server so it would have no assistance from my primary character. Now CyberLogic will begin his story in Sandoria. However, if you happen to start in Bastuk or Windurst, your initial story is going to be different. However, the same strategy will apply for your path to the endgame. Now the first thing that you're going to want to do is modify your configuration settings by going to your menu and then to config. Now here you will want to go through all of your menus and select the options that work best for you. Now if you're confused about which of these settings to use, note that I go over all of them as well as how to make Final Fantasy XI look as good as possible in my Make Final Fantasy XI Beautiful in 2021 video that I will link in the description of this video. Next, you will want to make sure that you sign up for your first ROE quest. To do this, go to your quest menu and then to the objective list under Records of Eminence. Here, you can click on the First Step Forward quest. Simply find your starting nation in the description of the quest and head towards the NPC that they have listed there. Now for our quest, that means we have to hunt down Rolandine. Now the easiest way to find NPCs once you've entered the appropriate zone in Final Fantasy is to go ahead and pull up your map and then go to the wide scan section, and it will give you a listing of all the NPCs near you. Now note, if you don't see an NPC that you know is in the zone listed near you, it just means that they're further away than the range that you can scan, so you just need to move to a different part of the zone and then scan again. Now after you find and speak with the NPC listed, it will complete the first ROE quest. You will then be given a reward and are now able to do other ROE quests and objectives. Now the next thing you want to do is talk with an NPC near the gate, such as this NPC here that will give you Signet. This will allow you to earn crystals as you defeat enemies and help with earning gil at the start of the game. We now want to take on more of these Records of Eminence objectives so that we can quickly start using Trust. I suggest going under the tutorial and starting the following quest. Undertake a FOV training regime, heal without using magic, vanquish one enemy, and the assist channel. All of these should be very easy to accomplish in just the next few minutes. Start by talking to the Aman liaison right outside of the Mog house so that you can complete the assist channel objective, and then head right outside of the gates of your initial starting town to start your first FOV training objective. Now make sure to equip whatever starting weapon you were given. In our case, it's an onion knife, and then you're ready for your first battle. Now once you are outside town, you want to look for one of these books. Now with one of these FOV or GOV books, you can start an objective to kill a certain number of mobs in the area. Select the first objective given, and then go look for that type of mob and kill that type. In our case, Pugils, as you see here. We need to kill a total of 6 of them to complete this first objective. Now I want to remind you that you are currently level 1. This means you want to make sure that you don't take on any adversaries that are too high of a level above you. I suggest pressing Ctrl-C to check the difficulty level of whatever mob it is you're going against. If they are EP or easy prey, that means it should be not much of a challenge for you. You can definitely take them on. If they are a DC or decent challenge, definitely expect more of a fight. And if they are an EM or even match, it's definitely going to be one more of the challenging fights at the start of this game. I recommend staying from any mobs that check either impossible to gauge or tough or higher difficulty at this early stage in the game. As you can see, we just leveled up and have hit level 4. We're moving quite quickly. Note that what we're shooting for during this initial fighting stage is just to get to level 5 so that we can start using Trust. But if you're enjoying yourself, feel free to stay out there and kill as many mobs as you like, and you should be able to get as high as level 7 to 10. Be sure to keep an eye on your hit points and heal when necessary, You can do this either by curing yourself if your job offers you the ability to do that, or by using the /heal command. Additionally, you want to be sure to pick up any items from chest. Later on in the game, you'll think of these items as rather useless, but here at this early stage, they are incredibly useful. You want to be sure to open blue chest, which can include temporary items such as potions to increase your hit points, and then also brown chest, which at this point will give you items that you can either sell for valuable gil here at the start of your game, or that will most often give you equipment that will be better than what you have at these starting levels. Whether or not a chest drops is entirely random. Blue chest can simply be opened. However, brown chest, you must guess the combination to. You either need to have it give you a series of clues which will help you get closer to the eventual answer, or guess whatever it is the number you have. You have either 5 or 6 guesses to open the chest. It can be difficult at first, but once you get the hang of it down, you should have at least a 50% success rate when opening these brown chests. You also want to be sure to turn on the record of eminent objectives that will go with whatever it is you're doing at this early stage of the game. So in our case, we would want to go into the region of records of eminent objectives and make sure that in East Ronfauer, we have it selected as our objective so that once we kill every 10 mobs, we complete that initial objective. Additionally, look into the spoils category and you will want to take on all of the crystals quests. There are a total of 10 of them for all of the different elements and light and dark. These will be dropping at all times and will help you continually fulfill objectives. The last ROE objective you may consider setting at this early stage is the spoils objective for the specific mob you are fighting. For instance, for collecting sheepskin, rabbit hide, or bat wings. Now it's important you get some of these ROE objectives done as quickly as possible, as you won't be able to subscribe to a unity, which will be an important part of your trust setup, until you've accomplished at least 10 of them. Here we are, about 15 minutes later. We have now finished opening several chests and killing several different mob types, as well as accomplishing 3 different FOV objectives. You'll also notice we now have the weapon skill of Wasp Sting. Weapon skills are going to help you get in damage in a very efficient manner, much more efficiently than just doing standard melee attacks. Once we finish these dingbats, we're going to be level 7. At this point, we're going to head back into town, sell all of the items we've gotten from the chest and the drops off the mobs, and see where that puts us in the game. Overall, at this point, you spent anywhere from 30 to 60 minutes playing Final Fantasy XI. Now once you're back in town, go ahead and find any store or shop owner, and then go ahead and sell all the crystals, ingredients, and other remaining junk that you got from your excursion outside of town. Now this is just a starting zone, so I can assure you you're not going to have gotten anything that is going to be so important that you can't get it later in the game, so feel free just to go ahead and sell all this stuff. Now granted, if we were going to go to the auction house and try and sell some of these things, it's possible we can get slightly more gil for them, but we're going to have to wait many hours if not days for them to sell, if they sell at all. And we frankly need gil right now to be able to go out and buy other things such as spells, gear, and maps. Therefore, let's go ahead and NPC all of these items that you see here. However, the caveat here is you want to be sure to keep any armor that it looks like you're going to be able to wear either now or in the near future. So any like level 7 or 11 gear that you get, if it shows the job that you're planning on playing, go ahead and keep that gear because it's definitely going to be better than what you currently have. So be sure to hold on to at least one of each of those, but go ahead and sell any duplicate. Now if you're a melee as your main job, go ahead and just save your gil, because we'll go ahead and get weapons that are better than what we have very shortly, just from regular drops. However, if you are a mage, you definitely want to go ahead and start getting your spells. Look for the spell icon in your starting town's location, go to that shop, and start collecting all of the spells that your level can currently use. The last note I want to make on our first day in Vana'diel is as you're running around the world, you're going to see these blue crystal points all around the map. You want to make sure and click on every one that you find. These are going to be the easiest way you have to teleport around this game and save you many hours as we progress through it. So make sure you click on every one of these, which will allow you to register it and then teleport to it in the future. You will also see books scattered throughout the different zones with enemies in them. Make sure to click on those books because those will also allow you to teleport to them in the future, greatly enhancing your ability to get around this world. That's going to be it for episode 1 of our trip through Vana'diel. I hope you found that helpful. Join us next time when we're going to acquire our first trust. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Stay safe and stay healthy out there.